Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap, and today we are going to discuss a very important report from the exam point of view, that is UNICEF's Child Alert May 2022. So in this session we are going to discuss all the key important findings from this particular report which was recently released. And why we are covering this? Because it is really very important from the exam point of view, as it comes under the topic of social sector and India health, and that's why it is really very important for the RBI Grade B as well as NABARD Grade A exam. So guys, now directly let us move on to the report. So when I talk about the report has been titled as the UNICEF Child Alert May 2022, Severe Wasting and Overlooked Child Survival Emergency. So whenever we talk about any report, we always tell you that the very first dimension that you are required to cover in any report is the releasing body. So when I talk about the releasing body of this report, so as the name suggests, it has been released by UNICEF, a organization which is headquartered in New York. So guys, when I talk about this particular report, this report basically provides us the assessment of the global scope and impact of the child wasting. So now a question must be popping out in your mind, that what exactly the wasting is all about. So wasting basically stands for low weight for height. So guys, apart from that, there is also one more condition which is basically the most dangerous form of wasting, which is called severe wasting or the severe acute malnutrition, about which this particular report provides us the assessment across the world. So when I talk about the severe wasting or the severe acute malnutrition, it basically increases the risk of dying among these children by pneumonia by 11 times. And apart from that, this basically also makes the most common diseases fatal for these particular children. But guys, however, the condition here which is being presented as the severe wasting or the acute malnutrition, it is basically curable and preventable. So now we will be covering all the key important findings from this particular report, and also that what exactly this report tells us about curing and preventing this particular condition among the children. So now when I talk about the key findings, so here this particular report states that the global burden of severe wasting has been increasing, and what exactly is making this condition more worse, that is the three important factors, that is conflict, climate change and the COVID-19 pandemic. So these are the three factors which are basically worsening this particular condition among the children, leading them basically this is the reason that why they are suffering from the severe wasting and severe acute malnutrition. So guys, apart from that, as per the report, the global body has also, that is UNICEF, has called this situation an overlooked child survival emergency, as some countries have recorded a 40% rise in the cases since 2016 in the severe wasting. Apart from that, when I talk about the most impacted region across the world, it was basically South Asia, where at least 7.7 million children in the region are affected. So guys, please focus here, as these kind of words, these factors are really very important from the exam point of view, that you are really required to cover. Now let's move on to the most important finding of this particular report. As the report says, when I talk about the number of children affected by the severe wasting globally, so it was 13.6 million, which states that 1 out of every 5 deaths in children under 5 years of age was basically due to severe wasting. And when I talk about the children below 5 years affected by the severe wasting in India, it was basically found to be 5.7 million children. Apart from that, here you can see a headline from the leading website in India, that is Down to Earth, that as per the UNICEF, India has world's highest number of children with the severe acute malnutrition. So this is the point that you are really required to focus on and note down, because this is really very important from the exam point of view. So as we have seen that India was the leader among the highest number of children suffering with the severe acute malnutrition. So when I talk about some other countries which are basically where children are suffering from the severe acute malnutrition are Indonesia, Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, Philippines, Niger and South Africa. So these are the top 10 countries having the highest number of children under 5 years of age affected by severe wasting. Now guys, we have discussed the releasing body, we have discussed that what exactly the wasting, severe wasting is all about. We have discussed the important key findings at which country is having the highest, which was the most impacted region from the severe wasting. Now when I talk about the measures of curing this particular condition, see, this report says that the gold standard for wasting treatment which is being used across the world is basically this RUTF, which stands for ready to use therapeutic food, which is basically considered as the gold standard for wasting treatment, as it saved around 5 million lives in 2020. Basically, it saved 5 million children from dying by just the use of ready to use therapeutic food. And apart from that, the 10 million children, there were 10 million children which were severely wasted children went without this particular kind of gold standard for the wasting treatment. Okay, now apart from that, according to the 2013 Lancet study notes, it stated that if 90% of the affected children received the treatment, 500,000 lives can be saved each year. And that is one more important point from where a question can be asked in the exam. So guys, that was all about in the today's session about this particular report. Now let's move on to the practice question which is here on your screen, and you are required to identify the incorrect statement in relation with the child alert. Now you can just go through these all the statements focusing on the keywords. Now when I talk about the statement D, it says that India has 5.7 million children below 5 years affected by severe wasting, the second highest in the world. But as per our discussion, it was basically the country, India is the country which is having the highest number of children which are basically suffering from acute severe wasting malnutrition. Okay, so here the right answer will basically be option D. That is the right answer. And now let us move on to the homework question from the previous session. The question was basically that which of the following organizations has released the state of the global climate in 2021 report, and the right answer was WMO. And all the people who have answered the questions are the star performer from the previous session, that is Parama Bishwas, Vardhaman Jain, then we have Nilesh Suryavanshi, Janni Salvi and Adit Krishnan. So congratulations guys, and if you also want your name to be mentioned here as a star performer in the upcoming session, so please answer the question which is mentioned here on the screen. So basically here the question is, you are just required to tell me the name of the organization which has recently issued a renewed biodiversity policy 2022 for the conservation, restoration and enhancement of biodiversity. So please tell me the answer and I will be giving out your names as a star performer in my upcoming session. And guys, if you have still not subscribed to your YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of the sessions. To join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. So guys, that was all from the today's session. I really believe that today's session was useful and fruitful to all of you. If you have any query, you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in. You can also call us at 814-620-7241. So thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.